Hi, it's Steph. Spiritual Foundations, the world according to Steph, number 10. This is actually my second try at this. I had started it and I don't know. My mind is not all here today and I apologize for that. It hasn't been here. It's almost Labor Day. Labor Day, Memorial Day, those are rough times for me, okay? Uh, on Labor Day, we used to get on our Harleys and we used to take trips around all the veterans and we'd be in great big long um, motorcycle lines and hit all the veteran spots and make a day of it, okay? I don't do that anymore. My neck is too fused. I had a brain aneurysm. Sorry, can't do that anymore. Just like I can't fly on a plane. Man, I would love to go somewhere. I mean, I would love it. And I can tell you a whole bunch of places I would go to. But that's life. Life in the big city, so to speak. Now, some things have happened to me over the summer that have been really difficult. And I'm not talking about the death of my child, okay? Or I'm not trying to be on that subject right now. But that makes this weekend rough. Remember that. And I'm not the only parent that must go through this. I saw the news this morning and I saw parents from the Colorado incident and their losses. Trust me, I know how you feel. I wanted to blame the Army so bad. For a while there, I was probably a dangerous woman to be around. I was so angry at the Army. I actually blamed them for my child's death. Well, it wasn't their fault. It was the way life is. Anyway, over the summer, some things happened that were very difficult that I had to deal with. And these things happened up in Missouri, and I'm here in Georgia. Being far away, even though we have plenty of technology that can link us, isn't always that. You think it's supposed to be that great and that good and it'll do the trick. Sorry, doesn't work out that way. Actually, emails can be very dangerous. You have to be careful what we say in those emails. Someone taught me always reread your emails before you pop them all out because they could actually, you may not mean to be sounding angry in the email, but that can happen. People can take it that way, and if they do, it's very difficult to straighten that out. It really is. It takes a phone call. That's the best way to do it. It takes a phone call and a little humility. Now, one of the things I wanted to mention is that one of the people that yesterday I found out something just horrible that was happening in my life, and I had no idea. And I have to have forgiveness for this person. I'm working on that. This is a process. But one of the things that I was taught when I was 17 years old was, believe it or not, it was from my own father. I don't think he followed his own advice, though, if you want to know the truth. But he would always say to me, Steph, if you have expectations, you're going to have lots of problems. Um, with expectations come all kinds of trouble. You become disappointed. You develop resentment. Okay? If you expect someone to do something and they don't do it, what happens? You get angry. So the saying is this: expectations breed resentment. That's the saying. With expectations, we have resentment. Believe me, we do. I know from experience, okay? I am talking from my own life. I don't know about your life, but I know in my life that in the past, when I had expectations, oh boy, if they didn't come about, if things didn't happen the way I thought they were supposed to happen, wow, you didn't want to be around me. But anyway, I was rereading a wonderful book. It's called Sermon on the Mount by Emmett Fox today. I needed it. And I've got the actual book, and it's got all kinds of personal notes that I made in the edges, of course. And since I've moved, I can't find the real book. So I do have it on my tablet, okay? This is not my iPad, but it's one of my tablets. Hey, I was a programmer. What can I say? Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to read something. It's called the Beatitudes, okay? Yes, it's in the Bible, one of the many holy books. Remember, I've talked about this before. I believe there are several holy books. The Bible is one of them, okay? And let me make something very clear. I don't have a religion, alright? Being a spiritual woman does not mean I have a religion, okay? I don't have a religion, but I study religion, and I study holy books, and I study metaphysics big time. In fact, I went to a metaphysics class. Only one, not just one class, but only one session. I probably needed more, but unfortunately it didn't work out that way. But I'm still learning. Okay, now this is Emmett Fox, and it's the Sermon on the Mount, Key to Success in Life, and it is an excellent book. I recommend it. I'm going to read a little bit of this. The Beatitudes. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteous sake, for theirs is the kingdom of God. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you, foolish or falsely, for my sake. Rejoice, rejoice, and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. That's a promise. And that was Matthew 5. Okay? That was out of the book of Matthew. Matthew is a special name for me. That was the name of my dear, dear son, Army Hero son. It's still his name. The Sermon on the Mount opens with the 8 Beatitudes. This, of course, is one of the best known sections of the Bible. Even people whose knowledge of the scriptures is confined to half a dozen of the most familiar chapters are sure to know the Beatitudes. They hardly ever understand them, unfortunately, and as a rule look upon them as a counsel of perfection, without any real application to everyday life. But this is only because they lack the spiritual key. Now, Emmett capitalized spiritual key. And whenever Emmett capitalizes something, he has a darn good reason for it, okay? It means it's very, very important. Now, the Beatitudes are actually a prose poem in 8 verses, which is complete in itself. And it constitutes what is practically a general summary of the whole Christian teaching. Yeah. It is a spiritual more than a literary synopsis, summarizing the spirit of the teaching rather than the letter. A general summing up such as this is highly characteristic of the old Oriental mode of approach to a religious and philosophical teaching, and it naturally recalls the eightfold path of Buddhism, the 10 Commandments of Moses, and other such compact groupings of ideas. Emmett was an amazing man. He's been long gone now. He actually passed away before I was born. This was written in the 30s. It's amazing. If you read it today, I mean, it's timeless. It truly is. Now, I'm going to read a little bit more and then I'm going to stop. But I'm going to continue to read this over time. Jesus concerned himself exclusively with the teaching of general principles. And these general principles always had to do with mental state. For he knew that if one's mental states are right, everything else must be right too. Whereas if these are wrong, nothing else can be right. Now how true is that? Huh? Think about it. Unlike the other great religious teachers, and I love the way he said that, he acknowledges that, hey, Jesus the Christ was not the only religious teacher. There were many, 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 many. So unlike the other great religious teacher, he gives us no detailed instructions about what we are to do or are not to do. He does not tell us either to eat or to drink, or to refrain from eating or drinking certain things, or to carry out various ritual observances at certain times and seasons. Indeed, the whole current of his teaching is anti-ritualistic. Anti-ritualistic. Very interesting here. And anti-formalist. He had little patience at any time with the Jewish priesthood and its theory of salvation through the temple observances. The hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. The hour cometh, and now is when the true worshipper shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. I'm going to stop there for now. Okay, marked it. Very interesting. I want to make something really clear. I didn't write this, okay? That was in the Bible. It's in the Bible, okay? So, if you get upset about things, don't get upset at me. I'm just reading what's in the Bible. I'm just reading what somebody wrote about the Bible back in the 30s, 1930s, okay? But Emmett Fox was a lecturer. He went all over the world, and he was extremely well known. And he wrote a lot of books, and a lot of things have been written about him. So he was really something. Now, the reason I really focus on him is because pretty soon he wrote another book that some people, it's actually a sermon. It's a 54-page book, but it's a sermon that he did, okay? And it's amazing, absolutely amazing. It's a real mind-boggling, amazing thing. Anyway, it's getting about that hour, but I have a lot of forgiveness to do right now, and I've got some meditation I'm going to be doing to help me with that. I need to make my connection with my Creator, and that's the way I do it. So it's not an easy thing to do. You really have to do it a lot, and you have to work at it. It doesn't just happen, okay? It takes practice and lots of it. I want to wish everyone a blessed weekend, okay? Have lots of cookouts. Enjoy yourself. I wish I could join you, but I can't. Not this time. Y'all have a great day, and bless you.